Hola, mi amigos. My name is Ahmad Ramin Jackson Jr. In case you didn't know, we are over here talking about the sacred Gathras of Zarathrustra and the old Aveston Canon, and we have gone past the preface, the forward, and the translator's notes, and we're now on the Aveston glossary. Glossary. I would like to say "Ushtate" to you guys, which means peace be upon thee. To my Assurans or Ashavans, which are the followers of truth, because Asha is the truth and Thruj is just the way to enlighten this because you see it in that lower level energy. We all trying to get above that. So to everybody, may the Bahumana, which is the right mentality, be upon you, and we gonna breathe as we was. Ushtate. Yeah, I already put that there. Okay. I just wanted to say it again. Ushtate. Ahura Mazda, the highest divinity of Mazdayansa, the source of Asha, and of all spiritual and material existence. Ahura is thought to mean Lord, sovereign, or master, and as and is used plurally referencing other divinities. Ahoric is used as an appellation applied to certain terms and concepts to denote them as being of the highest value and merit. Mazda is thought to mean wisdom, wise, and knowledgeable. And though used sometimes separately to Ahura, it is always referential as the name of this divinity. Ahura Mazda is popularly translated as Wise Lord, and the spiritual teachings of Ahura Mazda are labeled Mazda Yansa, the worship, veneration, exaltation. Yansa, also the name of the main liturgical Avestan text in which the Gathras traditionally reside, of the Wise One, wisdom, knowledge, Mazda. Asha, the spiritual force that permeates all, sourced from Ahura Mazda and embodied in the Amisha Spintra Asha Varhishta, see below. As noted in the text, Asha is thought to mean truth, cosmic order, righteousness, spiritual power. The texts promote alignment to Asha and the path of Asha through engagement in virtuous thought. Word and deed, along with requested worship and praise, a master of Asha is an Ashavan, and something full of Asha is called Ashavik. I'm gonna write some of this stuff down. One of my tarot cards. I don't remember exactly why or when that was put in there, but obviously it was put in there, and everything happens for a reason. So I do want to write Ahura Mazda's name down because Ahura is Lord, Sovereign, and Master. So in the days when the Sasanians were trying to push their doctrine, they were finding out or trying to find the Lord of Lords. So it'd be Ahura of Ahura, like the Hora of all horrors, you know? And Mazda being divine wisdom, and then Yansa being, or Mazda Yansa being the worship or veneration, exaltation of the wise one within wisdom. So that means yasna is to worship, and obviously Mazda is wisdom. So if you impose it upon to worship, then it means the wise one. And then from there you got Asha being truth, but now I know that it also means cosmic order. Brings me back to the Egyptians because y'all know it. Everything's Egypt with me. Everything is Egyptian because I know that's not their names, but we gonna call them Egyptians since that's what y'all niggas know them by. You feel me? I call them my ancestors, but you feel me? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And it's righteousness. And I say righteousness. Do you know what righteousness means to me? Who's the righteous God? Who's the righteous God, y'all? The righteous God is Vishnu. Vishnu in the Indian faith, according to the truth in the book. You feel me? Uh, so I want to put Ashavik first. And this time I'm gonna write it as the last one, which is spiritual power, full of spiritual power. Right? And then I'm gonna also do cosmic law. And then within Lord, sovereign, in case you guys don't understand that one, the master. Voila. See, one thing to know about like this stuff is if the Egyptians spoke in all these languages because they were very smart, to go down any of this stuff is to still speak it in. Because it is speaking it in. I just want to note that. So when I read all this stuff and you see me reading all these other faiths, they are not indicative of any other faith but my own. It's just people pulling from the faith and starting their own journey within their own names. And if you understand what the first men did by trying to redo their own birthright, by calling themselves gods in their own names, that's what this means. So we got the Shaviks and the Shavins, because I'm full of spiritual power, I'm full of wisdom, and I am the seed of wisdom within Asha and Ahmad. Within Ahura Mazda, I am the sovereign king of all things. So I take the name of Ahura within the book, and Mazda means wisdom. And as a child of Solomon, I do you could call me Salamasta. Salamasta. I'm the Salamasta in this bitch, you feel me? And this is how you invite spirit in, because spirit sees light. If you open up a way for the light inside you, and you define it within its name, it will be seated within you. Because my heart, my body, my mind, everything, I'm full of it. I'm a Shavik. I'm a Shavik as a shaman. I'm a soul of Ashan. I'm a soul of Asha, and I'm a god amongst Mazda. And I am a Horra and the sovereign king of the Lord of Lords. I am the Shai of Shai within a Horra. I'm the Horra Shai. Not the Shai of Shai. I am a Horra Shai because I am divine and sovereign within my lordship. And if you know that Shai means Lord or King within that there, that's what I'm saying. All right. Ushtete, peace be upon thee. Back to the stuff. Amasha Spentra, a category of being that directly share the same essence and nature as a Horamasta, noted as being of him. Amasha Spentra. That's like sitting in the waters. Sitting in the waters. Amasha Spenta, a category of being that directly share the same essence and nature as a Horamasta, the sovereign seat of wisdom, noted as being of him, being of the divine creation of wisdom. If Ahura Mazda is the divine wisdom and Solomon is the wisdom king, that's saying me and him is one and one. And I'm sitting within his moksha, within his lordship, within his sasanin. Or if you know what that means, I'm saying within his samsara, within his life of rebirth and reincarnation. I am him. I'm saying I am him above all things. You know what I'm going to do? Because I got these shoes on. I'm taking these shoes off. I'm taking these shoes off. I got socks on. But I gotta feel grounded with this one. I got this. I'm feeling it today. Uh, and represented in the text as both these beings and their embodied concepts. The text exhort the readers and listeners to embody these concepts and provide worship to the beings as they are directly manifestations of a Hora Mazda. Amesha is thought to mean immortals, divinities, and Spintra, bountiful, blessed, and providential. holy. These Amesha Spintra, of which 7 are named in the text. So first I'm gonna put that name down. So this is one thing to note. My name is Ahmad. As Ahmad, it literally means the one who's highly favored, blessed and highly favored. So within my name, I encompass Spintra because it is a aspect of I, and it is within my name and the meaning of my name. I have it by the balls. Double Taurus moon, Scorpius risen to the Phoenix position. Um, so it's kind of funny to me that Ahura Mazda means like sovereign lord and all that, and it's more like connected to wisdom and knowledge. And then when you say Mesha Spintra, he's saying it's the same, but it's more on the divinity side than the divine curator of truth within Changa Showa Lebraka Sibiraka and Zibiraka Baratiki Shuraka Ahura Master himself, you feel me? Um so these then they say there's 7. So there's 7 aspects of the divine portion of what is Amesha Spentra through Ahura Master because they're one and the same. So these Amesha Spenta, of which 7 are named in the text, are Emeratat, Emeratat, immortality, perpetuity, and continuance. Okay, I'm going to rearrange this a little bit and make a way for this. Or I'm just gonna write this here. You know, let's follow me. We're gonna write it here. Come on, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me. Come on, follow me. You gonna zoom in? Oh, okay. All right now. Because I also know certain deities within the um, the walk of our people, and I know when I see Egyptian names. I don't need this one's horrible. I gotta remember this is not the one I should be using. This is not the black I should be using. So Emiratat is continuous in perpetuity, and it also means immortality. Next one, Armati, then A, R, M, A, I, T. That one means devotion and harmony. And Asha Vaishtra. See, Asha above and Vahishtra is thought to mean best, greatest, most honored. And then Horvatat, Haurvatat, means wholeness. Perfection. Complete and holistic nature. Spenta menu, see spenta above, which means blessed. Menu is thought to mean spiritual mentality and consciousness. So, I mean, we also have that one, but we'll write that one down too. But it gives us another name for menu, which is spirit. And then we already know consciousness. And what's the other one? Mentality. And then you have Vahu again. Mana. Vahu Mana. Which is exactly what's right there. But this time it says virtuous mind, virtuous thought, virtuous purpose, blessed intellect. on purpose. And then Xshatra is the last one. Xshatra. And that means authority, power, command, or dominion. Power, command, and dominion. I write it like, I mean, you guys probably can't really see it anyways, and I'm not writing it for anybody else's understanding but my own. Um, so I'll read it to you guys. Well, you guys heard it. And then Yazata is the category of divinities after the Ameshaspendra, whose title is thought to mean those worthy of worship and veneration. Like the Ameshaspendra, they represent both unique beings and embodied concepts that are of same essence but not completely of same nature as Horamasta, who stands far beyond them, and the Ameshaspendra, who are in complete unity with Horamasta. Those named in the text are Airyaman, so Airyaman, patron and healer of the community, fellowship, community, and brothership. The Apas, which are patrons of the waters or streams. Ashi, patron of divine reward and blessings, rewards, gifts, blessings, and riches. Atar, patron of the holy fire, flames, etc. Hivar, which is Hvare, patron of the sun, solar, or star. Mitra, patron of promises and covenants, covenant, alliance, and promise. Thrusha, which is Sraosha, patron of one's conscience, observance, and obedience. Vata Vayu, patron of the wind and atmosphere, with both names used interchangeably and separately. So Vatra and Vayu, or Roya, Vayu and Vatra. Wind, gust, which is Vayu, and atmosphere and ether through Vatra. So Aether, which is the ether. Verathragan, which is Thragna, patron of victory and overcoming defeat, smiter of obstacles, victorious over obstacles, Xverna, patron of divine glory and divine mystic power, glory, splendor, and anointment, and Zam, patron of the earth, land, or soil. The Spartama clan, members of Zarathustra's family, of which little is known through the text aside that they endorse his spiritual teachings as they are markedly proper names. No translation will be provided. The Spitamids mentioned in the text are He, as in Hae, Cataspa, so Hekraspa, Maidyomangra, which is Maidyoimangha. So Maitrio Mor, which is like Mao is like Morka, and then Parukista or Parkista, which is Pourucista, and Zarathustra, which is Zarathustra. So it sounds like by naming it Zarathustra instead of what he says by like Menyansa, is to remove it from its divinity nature and put it at its level of its earthly essence. Meaning that if you understand that this being depicted, or as a study that was done on the other side of the lands, is essentially um, you'd have to look into what spirit is to those on the east, and spirit to those on the east is encompassing in all things And the way to get to them is to understand thy name and to present thy name upon it in the form of a binding nature. Hence the reason why we have seal script in with the Asian diaspora of everything, you know. Koikili shongo sivra kutan sivra kutta sivra kiti sivra kanta trokutuma tensi viki kili kili kali chote pasa prokuta sivra kita ikali kichi kichi kali kucha kancho muche mile tara sivra kuto sivra kwa ikali brown bro braya visi sivra kuto sivra kata sivra ki kili 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 chicho chamrati sivra kata tara kuta farti vidi kata. Other personalities, these are figures who are not spitamids and are either as allies or enemies of the Zarathrustra and his spiritual teachings. Zara, Thush, Thra. And I know like Thu is like Tutankhamun, Zara being the female version, like Zamuria's line, which is the female, the mother line of Solomon. And then the Thra, they said that's his lordship to the god of Ra, but it's taking a seat to Ra because you add the T and you also add the Thuth. And it's basically combining himself to this portion of the land. That's what they said. I kind of want to write this down and I telling them this and I feel it in my bones, but I don't want to make this go on too long and probably don't have one page. So I'll read this and then I'll do what I gotta do. Pause it. Do what I gotta do. Oh, I can pause it. Hold up. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. I took a little break. Um, so other personalities. These are figures who are not spitamids and are either as allies or enemies as Zarathrustra and his spiritual teachings. Some are historical figures referenced by Zarathustra to illustrate a point. Allies include Shraustra, Hvragra, Hvogva, follower of Zarathustra, or Jamaspa Hvragra, or follower of Zarathustra, and Vishtaspa, which is the patron of Zarathustra. Enemies included Benthra, which is tyrannical chieftain, and Grehima, which is Graehma, which is corrupt rival priest. Historical figures mentioned, bereft of context in the text, are Freya, which are parent of Torah, honored person, and Vivavran, parent of Yema, and Yema is criminal against cattle and people. Titles. Titles used in this text for myriad people in myriad ways. These are Karapan, a class of priests, Kavi, a class of nobles, Minthran, ritual performers of the Manthras, a term thought to mean sacred formulas, holy songs, blessed prayers. Ratu, a position thought to mean learned master, judge, decision, provider. Seosh, a category used for community of believers as a whole, thought to mean those who bring benefits, charity, and renovation. Usij, another class of priests. Zartar, an honored position thought to mean chief priest, master invoker, officiating cleric, which is Zaotr. So it's like Zautar. Zautar. Saosh, Kuntunja. Thruj, the completely opposite of opposing force to Asha, which is of weak nature and essence, but is nonetheless viewed as an annoyance and or threat. Thruj is thought to mean the lie, the deception, dishonesty, corruption. Thrujvan is a master of Thruj. Daevra, which is Daeva, being of a lower spiritual nature, worshipped by Zarathustra, rivals and viewed as unambiguously unvirtuous and born from unvirtuous thought. Deva is thought to mean those to be rejected, the cast aside ones. The only Deva mentioned by name in the text is Aeshma, Aeshma, the patron of wrath. Thought to mean wrath, rage, or violent malice. Other terms, Chinvart bridge, metaphorical and or metaphysical location thought to mean bridge of choice, path of decision, narrow crossing. Gatha, poems, songs, and hymns. Haptangatri, 7 chapters, sections, and stanza. And Tushna Matre, words of unknown provenance, believed to be in later Mazdayansa, either a form meditation, trance ritual, or a method of communicating, traveling with in the spiritual realm. Tushna Mate, which is Tushna and Matai. All right. So now this is the holy mantras. Yata Ahro, or Arhu, Vaithro, Varyo, Hashem, Voiho, or Vorhu, and Yenghi Hatan. It's Yansa 27:13 through 14. 13. Worthy and chosen through Asha are they, the Ratas throughout the world, who bring enlightenment to the world through deeds done on behalf of Ahura Mazda, who has become the advocate of the impoverished, times 4. Worthy and chosen through Asha are they, the Ratas throughout the world, who bring enlightenment to the world through deeds done on behalf of Ahura Mazda, who has become the advocate of the impoverished. Worthy and chosen through Asha are they, the Ratas throughout the world who bring enlightenment to the world through deeds done on behalf of Ahura Mazda, who has become the advocate of the impoverished. Worthy and chosen through Asha are they, the Ratas throughout the world who bring enlightenment to the world through deeds done on behalf of Ahura Mazda, who has become the advocate of the impoverished. 14. Asha is virtuous and magnificent, and joy upon joy is what Asha provides, for thus is Asha Varhistra, times 3. Asha is virtuous and magnificent, and joy upon joy is what Asha provides, for thus is Asha Varhistra. Asha is virtuous and magnificent, and joy upon joy is what Asha provides, for thus is Asha Varhistra. One more. Asha is virtuous and magnificent, and joy upon joy is what Asha provides, for thus is Asha Varhistra. 15. We worship the Ahuna Vrya, and we worship Asha Vrishta, who is the most beautiful of the Amesha Spintra. They thought they that are, who are of any gender, Ahura Mazda knows through Asha of their glorious sacrifices. Thus we offer them worship. In italics is the part where it says we worship, all the way up to Amesha Spintra. So we worship the Ahuna Varya. Ahuna Raya is como buenísimo, si verán cantar aquí, voy a grande de calcha. Muele pianjane, vichado, tori, ivan, salhel, prunchime tutta vrate, ver vichuprate visigrandi, sirakal brunto, medakrati, sigrakatale, vratun, sigrakanda, rukuli, jivrati, jorakusa, avadino, rukili, sigrakiti, trete, toshu, ram, sigrat, roshel, barra, varistra, troto, prate, vista. Best, greatest, and most honored is Vahistra. Ursa huna, kransi virakal vrotu pranti virakal javron sivirakil yevranta. Alon sivirakal darati sivirakal. Give me 1 second, guys. Tungunche burtunchi Asha Varhishtra is see above for Asha. We already know Asha is Varhishtra. Asha is truth, cosmic order, and righteousness. I know that part. That's not the one I was looking at. It's Ahuna. Where's Ahuna? Ahuna? Yes. You don't just throw something in there like that, especially when you go through and you start making everything known, and then there's a part where you say you want to praise these people, and you don't give the name of, or give the example of who you're calling on to praise if they're the greatest of all. That's what you're saying over here. All the seven deities, these ones should be the ones to hold on to like that. I don't see him, Marok. I don't see the God. Kinga severo todo varati zarata ntarate joto maruko to pass it. Kingili and kingi garata terata to pra. That is horrible on your part. Because you should at least mention it in the glossary. Alright. John 28. We plead now for the thought, we plead now for the word, we plead now for the deed, all of which are of Ashavan. Zarathrustra. May the Amisha Spintra welcome the Gathras, O Ashavik Gathras, all reverence is due to you. O Master, I raise my hands out in prayer to glorify the blessings of Asha, through which my intellect is enriched and the spirit of the cow is honored. I am here to aid you, O Horror Master, through Vohu Mana, who unlocks for me the blessings of Asha in the realm of thought and spirit, in the realm of matter, where the faithful are brought comfort. O Horror Master, whose power never fades, along with Asha and Varhu, Mana, and Armati, I ask you all to come to my aid, for I will praise you as no one has before, so that all may know Ahura Master's rewards for their action. I will guide their spirits towards Asha with both the aid of Vahu Mana and my own ability. O Asha, is it through Vahu Armana that I may perceive your glory? Ahura Master resides in me through the mantras that thrive and drive even the unvirtuous and beastly towards truth, through which Shrarsha strengthens me. Come to me, Varumana, so that Asha may grant to me Zarathrustra, and to all believers the eternal blessings of Master's glorious teachings, and promised aid through which we will overcome the assailments of our enemies. O Asha, grant blessings of Varumana. O Armati, grant vigor to Vishtaspra, and to me, or Master, grant all these blessings and grant us the mantras through which we learn of your glory. O glorious Ahura Harmonis, with glorious Asha, I ask with love for the eternal blessings of Orumana, which were bestowed on the heroic Frashoshtra, not just for me, but also for all those throughout time who have earned your blessings, O Ahura Master and Asha, who provide us with a glorious mind and have the power of invigorate and bless us. We hope to banish through our songs of praise the disappointment which you have endured. O Horror Master, bring prosperity to those who witness as just and worthy, who are aligned with Asha through their virtuous thoughts. For I know prayer is effective and their words will lead to the dispersal of your bounty. O Horror Master, whose spiritual teachings make manifest the timeless truths of Asha and Varhumana, enlighten us with prayerful words that brought forth the essence of existence. Yansa 29. The spirit of the cow, whose wailings you heard spoken, said, Who am I made for? Who made me? All I have known is violence and savagery wrought by Ishma, through whom might and rage are tools of oppression. I have never known another herdsman, and so you must be the one to bring me the blessed pastures I desire. The spirit of the cow who spoke then to Asha asked thus, Is there someone you can bring whose virtuous discernment leads them towards diligent care and feeding of the cow, who can be its master with the power to cast away violence and those corrupted by Truge? Asha, having heard these words, replied thus: There is no such helpful being to be found who can cast them away in all surveyed lands, near and far. The wisdom of acting virtuously towards the disadvantage has been lost. I will aid the one who calls me, though for they will be powerful beyond comparison. Mazda is all knowing and can be perceived and reasoning and past and future of the mortals and even the Devas, empowered to decide thereof what this Ahura will shall be. O Ahura Master, we both, my spirit and that of the cow, unite in raising our hands out in the prayer so that we may both urge you to hear our supplications. A life full of destruction, wrought by those corrupted by Druj, is not a life for those who live virtuously, or for the caretakers of the animals and the fields. I call on Indra and I call on Engramenyu Moya Protenjarasa and the Hormastic of Armatic. Within Gabriel's seed as the seed of Geb, as the seed of Utu, and the seed of Ushma, Prus in the Nut of Tefnut as Bastet and Amut, son of Anam. Hormaster, who's the Our master, who is the wise master of the teaching, spoke thus: I have found no master or ratu aligned to the path of Asha, which I have set for you and your care under the herdsman and the farmer. Our master, who is holy and one with Asha, has given the milk and fat of cattle through his ordering to them that seek nourishment. Thus the spirit of the cow asks, Vrahumana, who have you then found to care for us? Vrahumana thus replied, I have found Zarathrustra Spitama, who's amongst all listens to our teachings and wants to sing the praise of us all, of you, O Master, and of Asha, so that we may enjoy the beauty of his words. Lamenting, the soul of the cow spoke thus: Am I meant to be content with an impotent and weak poet as my caretaker, when I desire a master who through Ekshatra is strong? When will the desire of mine, of one capable of aiding me, be fulfilled? O Ahura, bless us all with strength through the power of Ohumana and Asha, so that our homes may be virtuous and peaceful. It is you, O Master, who was the first to provide such blessings even before what is. Where else can I find the power of Asha in virtuous thought? O soul of the cow, recognize me as the aid promised to you by the one blessed, and with foresight, and with vision, with which is you, O Master, who brings me forward as a gift, O Horra, glorious as you are. Join us at this moment. I give up the spirit of a horror master in the name of Gabriel to come upon the call of the Milky Way within the Phoenix son of Atom, and bestow upon us the truth of our moon. Yansa 30. I proclaim now to those who listen praises for the horror and Bohumana, who already know of my blessed words, and those who shall say for them, delightful blessings will come through the lights of the holy to those who learn the teachings of Asha. I call on Vishnu, I call on Rava, I call on Krishna, I call on the seat of Brahma within the Atman. Open your eyes to these glorious matters. Gaze upon the radiance and center your thoughts on the divine invitation gained through your singular choices, ones that each must make for themselves before it is announced to us as expected that the moment of our grand communion has come. The great choice by which the charitable ones choose correctly, while the miserly do not is between the twin spirits who have existed since the start of what is, manifesting themselves in our minds and visions, whose are opposites in thoughts, words, and deeds. For one is truly the most virtuous of choices, while the other is not. I call on Yahyu and Yahweh, and Wedget and Yir, Yaldabor. When these two spirits come to a confrontation, one must decide on that eternal question to choose life and growth or the opposite. With this, one must decide on how they will align until the end. Will they choose to align to Druge and deceit in the worst of all existences, or will they be Ashavrans for whom enlightenment awaits? When it comes to these two spirits, the one empowered by Druge will always choose to act against virtue in horrible ways, but the other spirit, prosperous and blessed, clothed in virtue, as if it were Amur or Amr, composed of the hardest diamonds, chooses Asha alongside all those who join the spirit on the path of devotion to satisfy that Ahura who only acts with Asha Armasta. I call on the seat of the Capricorn. I call you within the seat of Saturn as the body of Allah. Imre Murakatatanjur. I release the energy from the knees and the hips within Saturn and Jupiter's seed of my mother, the Capricorn, and my father, the Sagittarius. Those who approach the choice with the aid of Asha, Chongwa Sivrang Vitsblavan, Choga Bratati Shurakaton Zibrakata. The devas who give in to their delusion when they take counsel cannot seem to choose the truly virtuous of the two, and thus end up choosing the worst thought that comes to them, through which they gather with Er Shama, who curses mortals through his nature, so that they may poison what is. Those who approach the choice with the aid of Asha, Varhu, and Mana, the Ksatra, will see themselves granted a strong and harmonious form, and Armati will bless them with healthy breathing, so that then we may shackle the Devras within and without. So what exists will be enriched by the realm that came before all others. O Horramasta, when the time comes for them to atone for their misdeeds arrives, we shall, through Exatra and Vorumana, ask that you provide for their atonement, and then shall the earned rewards be announced to those who have brought those empowered by Thruj towards the path of Asha. We thus desire to be those who will bring magnificence to what exists, O Mazda, and you other horrors alongside the renovators and Asha. When we have centered our thoughts wherever wisdom and understanding may be found, destruction comes with and towards those who embrace and empower Thruj. The fastest steeds who will have renown bestowed upon them will be gathered and race towards the blessed home of Borhumana and of Mazda and of Asha. Listen, all you mortals, and learn that when you have mastered the teachings which Mazda has bestowed upon us, which speak of furtherance and stagnancy, and when the methods to combat those aligned to Druge have been mastered, alongside the methods for empowering those aligned to Asha, then all that one desire shall be provided through the blessings that come from such mastery. Yansa 31. Now that we have learned your teachings, we will endeavor to speak the words that they refuse to hear. They who be aligned themselves to Thruj seek to bring destruction to the gatherings of all those aligned to Asha. And yet these words which we hold dear are a blessing to those who have faith in Mazda. If they cannot see the better path to journey on, then I come to you all and let you know that the Ahura through which we can live aligned to Asha knows the fate of those two twins. You provide contentment through spirit and flames, and further bring equilibrium through Asha. And so we plead, O Master, that you enlighten us, we who are responsible with the knowledge provided through your magistry, with your divine words, so that I may welcome all the living. When Master and the rest of the horrors have sent forth Asha, Ashi, and Armatri, whose natures call for worship, then will I attempt to gain, with the aid of my virtuous mind, the empowerment and strength promised to me as the way in which we will defeat those aligned to Thruj. O Master, speak to me of the ascending path, which through Asha you are the one who has made it mine, so it may be clearly perceived, and so that I may remember what I have learned through the aid of Ohumana and the vision I have received, which speak of what will not be and what shall be. I open up the eye of Tajit, the eye of Ra, the eye of Horus. I call all my ancestors within my Ouroboros. As boulder, I have taken the two spirits within the serpent and put them at bay so that the world may be alive today within the truth of the waters. I call on the spirit and the soul of Ea and Enlil through Ella to come upon us and speak the truth of wisdom within the divine cosmos. I know my mind is that of all etheric winds. I call on the light of all to illuminate through my body and my frame. Amun. That which is best of all will be given to those who are enlightened, who declare for me the mantras which bring the attention of Asha, Harvatrat, and Amratat, and Ekshatra, which is of Mastra, who shall expand it with the aid of Vahumana, which is of him. He who has before what is spoke the words conceived in his mind as thus. May the blessed realms know the comforts of the light, and the Creator emanated Asha from his mind. That spirit which supports the enlightened mind, by which you, O Horror Master, further develop yet remain of an unchangeable and eternal nature. I realize that you, who was before what is, are a dispenser of fresh wisdom. O Master, you who are the Father of enlightenment, who when my eyes perceive you, I see as the source of Asha, the horror who is aware of all our actions. Armetri is of you, just as the enlightened one who designed the cow is of you. O Ahura Master, that cow whose future was made clear through enlightenment or alignment with the spirit, so that she could choose between the herder and those who do not care for the herd. She chose as her master from these two the herder who is enlightened and charitable, who can increase her herd. Meanwhile, no matter how much the one that does not care for the herd wails, they continue to be known for their lack of virtue. O Master, it was you that designed for us what we were. O our herds and the spiritual teachings through your enlightened mind and those of others when you fashioned life into its physical form, when you made manifest the rites and the proclamations through which one wanting their desire made manifest exercises their free and willed freely. Whether one speaks simply or with subterfuge, with a yell or with wisdom or ignorance, with their heart and mind, and they seek Armetri, then Armeti will enlighten the spirit that calls to her. O Master, whether their thoughts have been revealed or kept hidden, whether two conspire or commit even the smallest injury, you are aware, for in your shining eyes Asha reflects all, and it is you that knows its if penance awaits them. O Ahura, tell me of what is coming and yet may come, and the potency or potency of the blessings that will come from Ashah, and even of the curses that will come from Thruj. For I wish to know how they will come when all has been reckoned with. O Ahura, this I ask. What reprimand awaits those who surrender the aid of Extratra, provides them to the ones aligned to Thruj, those against virtue, whose who cannot seem to live without needing to harm both mortals and cattle unlike the honest herder. O Ahura Master, this I ask. When will we see those who seek to spread the teachings and align their homes with the aid of Exatra, the provinces in which they reside, and the nations of the land to Asha? When will they, who are in harmony with you, come to us, and how? Who is more convincing, the Ashavrans or the Trujvans? May the wise make many others wise as well. May those who reveal May those who prevailed in their ignorance see their efforts to delude others thwarted. O Horra Mazda, we implore you to enlighten us. May none of those truly devoted to the ways of Thruj reach us with mantras and teachings. They will use their delusions to bring our houses, towns, provinces, and the nations of the land to a ruinous state. The recourse for them is our resistance. O Horra Mazda, you who heals what exists and are the wise source of Asha, know that he has heard you. He who wills his words to be simple and harmonious, who speaks them before crimson attar, so that the blessings may be shared by all. If one comes to the Ashavr, they shall be gifted with the magnificent blessings and spared all tears. O Trvans, you have brought to yourself through your own actions and willful spiritual ignorance a life chalked by darkness, rotten food, and misery. The Horra in the unity with Emertat and Horvatat bestow from their palace where Asha and Exatra are found enlightenment as pleasing as the fat of an animal to those who are sworn to them in spirit and deed. Glory awaits the one who is charitable and supports them with their own thoughts. It is through virtuous Exatra that they center Asha in their words and deeds. O Ahura Master, surely they are the one who you will treat as most welcome guests. Yanza 32. O you Dervas, our families plead during my recital with the aid of Aryaman and our clans for Ahura Mazda's favor thusly. Let us, our homes be yours. You sunder those who hate you. To us, Ahura Mazda is in unity with Vahumana and is a constant friend to those who shine with Asha, answers with authority thusly. We align with those who welcome our Marti and are thus blessed with prosperity. Let them be with us, O you Dervas, all of you who are saplings grown from unvirtuous thought, alongside those who alongside those self-declared masters who worship you and act aligned to Thruj and scornful ways, all for which you have been consistently reviled in all of the seven realms of the world. You, Dervas, manifest horrors by providing mortals with ways to develop into your servant, thereby causing them to be scared of enlightenment, thus fleeing from Asha and the wisdom of Ahura Mazda. This is how you, the Devas, trick mortals and divert them from virtuous living and the blessings of Armetat, for it is through that unvirtuous spirit and unvirtuous thinking, along with unvirtuous words and the actions they inspire, that one may be able to recognize a Trujvan with authority Countless have the crimes against peace been, for which they are revealed. Whether they continue this path or not, it is you, O Ahura Mazda, who knows that through your enlightened thinking, what the results of the actions of the people will be. Our adoration of you will be heard by all, along with our adoration of Asha, which is strong through Kshatra, who is of you, O Ahura Mazda. In full honesty, I make it clear that I know of no desire to engage in such violent crimes. And if I do, may I be revealed only after undergoing the trial of the molten metal, in which you know the nature of all things. For it is for it was Yima, son of Yima, son of Vivardin, who was reviled for his crimes against the cattle and the people, which he attempted to please through his actions in the eyes of the divine. O Mazda, when it comes to any such crimes, it is your decision that matters. When the unvirtuous speak, they taint not just how they are perceived, but also taint the minds of the living. They desecrate the duty of the enlightened. O Master and Asha, hear of these troubles which plague my spirit. When they speak their horrid words, they taint how they are perceived and cannot gaze upon the cattle with their unvirtuous eyes, just as they cannot witness the light of the sun. They corrupt those who walk in justice and turn them into servants of those who walk with Thruj and steal from the food supplies and strike against those aligned to Asha. O Master, they seek to ruin life itself. These Thrujvans of all genders who brag about their greatness, about desecrating our heritage, they are the ones who tear those aligned to Asha away from enlightenment. They speak in ways that make mortals cast aside their best deeds, and it is Mazda then who speaks with offense against those who harm the cattle, for they influence the Karapan to proceed towards the ways of Krema, and those with power aligned to Druj instead of towards Asha. O Mazda, though they believe it is through Exatra, Krehimas, clans, makes their homes in the palace of ignorance, with the corrupters of what exists, who desire not but to curse the clan of your advocate and block them from perceiving Asha. The Kafris, supporters of Krehima, shackle their minds and their dignities day after day by supporting this Trushvan, who calls for the sacrifice of the cattle so that they may make themselves drunk with the power of the exquisite flames. Both the Karapans and Karvis have lost themselves through this, for they wish to control what they fear will control them. It will come to the notice of those two who reside in the palace of enlightenment. O Ahura Master, there is a blessing beyond compare, and you know of it, for you take pleasure in raising up the pious, and it is you who has the power over all my fears, and knowing the crimes of the Thruven, make that blessing manifest which empowers us all. Yasna 33. The master, who was before what is, decides as a ratu between those who align to Thruj and those who align to Asha, and even those who are in the upright path, for they shall have their flaws measured alongside their merits, just as the Thruvins works through their words or thoughts or deeds. There are those who work through virtue and hospitality, and it is they that answer the call of Ahura Mazda and reside within the pleasure of his will. O Ahura, whether their virtue is exemplified through Eryaman and their families of their clans, or by their eager care of the cattle, they are the ones who shall reside in the fields of Asha, where enlightenment is found. O Mazda, I pray and cast away ignorance and impetuousness from your sight. along with hatred of one's family and the Druj uncovered by Eryamin. Also, those who hate their clan and provide scornful advice on how to treat the cattle. Even in my slumber, I seek the glories that come from Throsha, Thrau, Thou, so say Thrau, Thrausha, that's how you say Thrausha. I who am now old yet am enlightened through Exatra, as is right for taking the path of Asha towards where Mazda resides. I am Zatra, or Zaltar, upright with Asha, thus right with this virtuous spirit. Pleasure fills me when these thoughts arrive, due to the care I provide through my own deeds. O Ahura Master, this said, I implore you to provide your vision and counsel. Your visions and counsel. O glorious being, come to me, O Master. Come to me present and bold, with Asha and Vohumana, who listen to what I say above all other of the sacrifices. Sacrificers, you said it right. Bestow upon us all brilliant manifestations that will fill us with inspiration and veneration. O Master, take note of my reasonings, that and that I seek them with the aid of Vohumana, and provide you through Asha with worship and praise. Emratat and Harvatat are your offerings through which we achieve harmony. O Master, an enlightened being will bring you that spirit, which in conflict with the other is developing further through Asha and brings the highest bliss and comfort. There will come a time when these spirits whose souls are not distant will be truly united, O Master, so that all the bounties will be accessible. Those who have been, are, and will be. May they be blessed with your consent. May Asha, Vohumana, and Exatra be empowered through your essence as I hoped for, as is hoped for. O Mazda, most powerful of the Ahura, and with Armati and Asha supporting our herds in your authority, along with Vohumana, hear me and be merciful towards me at all moments. O Ahura Master, come towards me and display your might through the power of Armeti, through that most enriched of spirits, and may swiftness be given to you as is right, with the advancing mastery expanding through Asha, and all joyous things through Vohumana. You whose sight is unencumbered, support us, O Ahura. Display to me all the manifestations of Exatra and Ashi, through which we are enlightened. O bountiful Amanti, may we learn the spiritual teachings through Asha, Vera, Zarash, Zarathrustra, as a gift offers Master the strength of his body, his prestigious enlightenment, and his ashavic deeds, and to the pronouncement of Srausha, Antexathra, Mundoka, Severa, Dushibile, Yamun, Zimin, Chanda, Severa, Ponzanda, Yanzen 34. O Hormasta, Emertat, Asha, and Harvatat are of you through the words, deeds, and worship you accept from what is being offered to you by as many of us as possible. O Master, all forms of virtuous spirits are developed from your thoughts, along with the deeds of the prosperous ones whose souls are aligned with Asha, and we welcome you, all praise and adoration due to you, who keeps our herds with our trust, O Ahura Mazda, as the sacrificial offerings that is due to you and to Asha. We provide with reverence through Exatra all our herds, which we have fed through the aids of Ohumana. O Master, it is so that the charitable shall be granted the blessings promised by you and all such as you. O Ahura Master, we desire Atar empowered by Asha, strong and forceful, to be a radiant aid to your devotee, and for your enemy a source of injury. O Master Wilaksatra, who is of you, through which I answer your summons, protect me in my deeds, and even when I sleep, me, your pitiable, or parable supporter who aligns to Asha and Vohumana. It is we who proclaim that you are greater than all the beasts, whether they be dervas or even mortals. O Master, make your true nature clear to me through Asha and Vohumana every day of my life, so that I may find you once more, and filled with joy bring you even more worship and praise. O Master, where are those ones who are so spirited in their knowledge of the blessings and the legacies which enlightenment brings, that they can transmute anxiety and misfortune into pleasure? In all honesty, I know of no other that can protect us as you can. So do so, O Master. It is so that we are feared due to the ways you forcefully strike against those who would harm us, as one who is mighty best a weaker opponent. If they do not center their thoughts on Asha, then there is no need to keep Ohumana close to them. O Master, these unvirtuous actors who, ignorant of enlightenment, will cast aside the blessings of Armeti, who is esteemed by your thoughts, and their masters will treat Asha as they treat the wild beasts and cast them away as well. O Ahura Master, the enlightened one speaks of enlightened action and of blessed Armati, knowing that they are the creative companion of Asha and of all the words of protection which you provide through Ksatra, who is of you, O Master Haravatat and Armitat, nourish us both. Through the enlightenment provided by Ksatra, we cause Armati and Asha to develop further in harmony and might. It is with them that you make our enemies cower. What do you consider a prayer? What do you desire? What method of praise or worship? O Master, declare it to us who listen, so that we may also know what blessings come from prayer. Focus our sight on the path of Asha, which is the light enlightened, is the most pleasant of journeys. O Ahura Master, this is the way that you have declared to me, to be enlightened one, to be the enlightened one, beautifully decorated with the spiritual teachings by which your supporters walk with Asha towards that treasure promised to the charitable, that treasure which is you. O Horror Master, it is so, and as such desirable that you provide this to the mortal living, for their enlightened deeds as you reside with their fruitful cow, and it is through your virtuous insight that we align to Asha and spread enlightenment in our communities. O Horror Master, tell me of all that is blessed, of both the deeds and the tributes, of those in concert with Vohumana and who are empowered through their praise by Asha. It is through Exathra, who is of you, that the brilliant existence that I imagine becomes manifest. And with that, that ends that section, and the next section is the Yansa Haprangati, and I'll end it and I'll start it again.